Welcome to Good Morning Football Live, an NFL experience. It's Wednesday. We're in Times Square. Life is good. My name's Kay. We've got Nate, Kyle, and Peter Schrager. And Kyle, you haven't really lived until you've been tweeted a photo of a urinal by Jeff Schwartz.
I heard it came in. We had him on the show earlier. In recovery from an injury, Jeff Schwartz told us that his wife gave him a urinal, which is in his master bedroom. Do we have the photograph?
I don't know.
But it's glorious.
Is she wife of the year material?
Glorious.
Material, sure, but my wife's the winner.
Burleson and I made a good observation.
Well done.
What did you observe?
No mat under the urinal for Schwartz.
Maybe he's a deadeye. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't need one.
If he had perfect aim in the urinal, he could just pee in the toilet.
Okay, it's a valid point.
Thank you.
Pete. Pistol Pete.
I always learn so much from you three. I just want you to know.
A urinal in the house is a crazy thing to have.
Crazy thing.
I've never heard that.
I've seen he's got cakes.
I've seen a million MTV cribs. I've never seen a urinal in the house.
Yeah.
If you have a urinal in your house, we're talking NFL players across the league watching this morning, please let us know. Don't tweet pictures.
Hey! Oh, and it's glorious. That's way better than I expected. It's a classy urinal. Look at that.
What do you want, flashing lights?
No, I thought it would be your standard Irish pub with, you know, the filthy chipped linoleum and the handle and everything. I would have that in my home. But you're right, it's never even on cribs. Silk the Shocker and Moby didn't have urinals. What Jeff Schwartz does. Legend.
Exhibit did not have a urinal in his house.
Maybe nobody's asked. Time for the lead block.
All
right, we could be seeing, thanks, Nate. Agresivo. All right, we could be seeing a Super Bowl preview this week. The Vikings get set to host the Jags for joint practice. Then Saturday, they go head-to-head live at 1 p.m. Eastern right here on NFL Network. Our very own Tom Pelissero joining us now to break it all down. Tom, you will be at practice later today. What can we expect to see from these two squads? Camps have been feisty so far when you have these joint practices.
Yeah, you can expect some physical, competitive practices here. The plan is that both these teams are going to be in pads when they take the field this afternoon over at the TCO Performance Center. Now, Vikings coach Mike Zimmer said when the Jaguars first called him with the idea to practice together, Zimmer expressed his concern that the whole thing would just turn into a brawl. Zimmer said, we're not going to tolerate any trash talking. We're not going to tolerate any fighting. The plan is make sure both teams are focused on the work and getting better. Now, the chances of an incident probably go down at least a little bit without all-world trash talker and all-pro quarterback Jalen Ramsey. He did not make the trip with the Jaguars. He and teammate Dante Fowler Jr. suspended. They're not going to play in Saturday's preseason game. Will rejoin the team on Monday. For the rest of the Jacksonville defense, a good test today against Kirk Cousins and a Vikings offense that Jaguars coach Doug Marrone said looked as good as any team can in a preseason opener. And for the Vikings defense, they're going up against a power running game, Leonard Fournette. Zimmer said that's going to be a good test for them.
Can't wait to see all those guys on the field this week. Moving on, you have an article. It's amazing. Everybody should go check out NFL.com right now for that. And it gives some great insight, some things that are causing some waves on the Twitterverse about the Browns quarterback situation. So what can you share about how things are standing in Cleveland?
Well, the Browns certainly understand the excitement about Baker Mayfield's preseason debut, but they've been very clear since the draft that Tyrod Taylor is their starting quarterback. And what everybody's overlooking is that Taylor played awfully good in that preseason opener too. Browns coach Hugh Jackson told me he has no plans to give Mayfield any first-team reps in the preseason. And GM John Dorsey, when I asked him a series of questions about is there a scenario where Mayfield could play in week 1, week 9, sometime in his rookie season, Dorsey just kept saying, nope, nope, nope. They're committed to doing this the right way, allowing Mayfield to understand the complexities of NFL defenses, which you just don't get in the preseason. Now, you can go back and find quotes from other GMs saying, Mike Glennon's our quarterback, there's no competition. We want Chad Henne to be the guy this season. Circumstances tend to change. But remember, Dorsey was in Green Bay when Aaron Rodgers sat behind Brett Favre. He was in Kansas City when they drafted Patrick Mahomes with the idea of having him sit for a year behind Alex Smith. Dorsey's been down this road before. He has certainly seen the value. And by the way, real quick, the Vikings and Jaguars go in this afternoon. If there are any international incidents, we're going to have double coverage. It will not just be me, but Ian Rappaport is here as soon as I can get him in clothes.
What?
Stop eating all the cereal in my kitchen and get to work. We're both going to be out there this afternoon.
That's tremendous.
Slumber party?
I don't even know what to say.
That's awesome.
We were not ready for that.
Did you see the T-shirt that Rap Sheet was wearing? He was wearing an NBA Jam T-shirt.
Yes.
Rap Sheet legend.
Shout out to the rap.
He's heating up. Oh, that was awesome.
So he took that little animated airplane and he flew to your house across the map?
He's standing over here as if he's not the star of the show now. He actually, at the beginning of this segment, this is true, he opened the door to come in and let my dog in, who then I had to kick underneath the desk and get him back out. There's a lot going on behind the scenes here on Good Morning Football when you're remote.
Round of applause for Tom Pelissero for keeping it together, fighting through adversity.
Well done.
On a Wednesday. We'll talk to you all throughout the day on NFL Network. Ian, get it together, Dennis the Menace. All right. Yeah, we'll have those joint practices are awesome. Jags are always feisty. But you can also see the Browns host the Bills, 7:30 Eastern Friday, right here on NFL Network. Part of our lineup of games this weekend, guys. Live games, 4 of them. There's that one. Then a quadruple header on Saturday. Jags and Vikings at 1. The Raiders and Rams with Nate Burleson and Peter Schrager on the call. You can see that on NFL Network.
Nate and I will be staying in Andrew Siciliano's basement this weekend.
Yes. Look at you.
That's how the NFL Network lodging is going to be fantastic.
Mom of the meatloaf. I love it. Then it's Bengals and Cowboys at 7. And the Seahawks and Chargers on the docket for Kyle Brandt at 10 Eastern.
That's my game right there. Love a late game.
And you can catch all that right here on NFL Network. Whiteboard Wednesday, guys. Let's do
that
this.
time?
Yeah, it's that thing. Whiteboard Wednesday. We do this every week. It's presented today by LG G7.
Ooh,
First up, that's right. We are in store for a Super Bowl 52 rematch tomorrow night with the Eagles visiting the Patriots. Guys, give me the best emoji. Please draw. It just makes me happy when you guys, you know, draw, I guess. Sure. Bob Ross it. Emoji that describes the game the best.
What do you got, Banksy?
All right, I'm going to go ahead and jump in. This is Philly, New England. So they're both going to send that text. You know, you'll get the ring by Philly, and then you get the little ... and they're waiting. And then Tom Brady just sends back that hand, that waving hand. I got 5 of them things.
Okay.
Get that emoji out of here. So it's the ring and then the 5 back at it. What did the 5 fingers say in the face? That's
I love it. Rick James.
I've been tracking this Jason Kelsey stuff. It's like he thinks that he's walking into, you know, Shea Stadium as Bill Buckner or something. Like the way he's acting is that he thinks all the Patriots fans are so against him. And I just love the drama. It's a preseason game, and Kelsey wants the drama. He craves it. He's got hate mail. So you ever use that one with the little cook? The chef.
That's a cook.
That's the chef.
Cooking up some drama.
Cooking up a little something.
That's
we got some
good.
spice.
Yeah, that's good.
That's the chef. And you can do the black chef or the white chef. I'm going with the neutral
white
chef.
chef.
That's
No,
it.
that's white.
Peter, are you taking art classes?
I've been working on it.
It's better.
There's no
Dolphin out of the
like
water
one of
thing
the
was a low
Weeble
point for him.
wobbles.
There's no erotic innuendo in this one. This is just a man.
I don't know, Peter. What's that prop he's got there?
That's a spoon.
Is it?
Okay.
All right. It's not what it looked like to me. Peter, I'm going to go one step further with the Kelsey walking and everything. Is this the greatest preseason game ever? Because I'm just going to draw the go. I mean, have you ever had this type of drama? And Kay, you're pointing out, think back to Brady in the Super Bowl. Droppings, right? Naturally, okay? He dropped the pass. Kelsey, Peters, Belichick, Foles, Wentz. I can't think of a preseason game.
And they were dropping bombs at the parade.
And they're dropping bombs. Okay, exactly right. This would go next to Jeff Schwartz's urinal. All right, what do we got next?
This is talking about blowouts and things. What is going on this show lately?
Good morning, football.
Moving right along, Aaron Rodgers recently called out some of his teammates citing piss.
Yeah! What a show! What a show, Adams! Yeah!
Everything comes full circle. You see what we did there? That's why we're the best. Everything comes full circle.
Oh, man. This show's really going down the drain.
So here's what happened. Aaron Rodgers last week cited a piss-poor effort.
Okay, you're in trouble.
Receivers. We will get our first glimpse of the preseason action. The 2-time MVP tomorrow night against the Steelers. We know Big Ben isn't going to play, but I'm going to talk about Ben Affleck because Ben Affleck's 46th birthday is in fact today. Please give me the Affleck flick. The Affleck, if you will, that best describes Aaron Rodgers' 2018
season.
All right. Great. Okay, so...
See that Affleck back tattoo? That's saying something.
No.
Oh, you haven't seen that? Oh, it's big in the streets. It's a Phoenix.
It's why J-Lo broke up with him.
I think it might be.
It probably is.
All right, what do you got, Nate?
All right, so I'm thinking about Aaron Rodgers, right, back on the field. He possesses all these skills. Oftentimes when DBs or D-backs or defense coordinators fear a quarterback, it's because he's fast or he can throw or he's smart. He has all these different intangibles. Aaron Rodgers, when he's on his game, he has all of them. One of the fastest guys out the pocket, one of the most accurate, can negotiate the pocket with his feet. He's intelligent, he got that swag, he's cocky, he's brash, he'll make you mad. Really, man, it's just the sum of all fears. And that's pretty much it. That's why when he's on the field and he's at his best, it's literally the sum of all feels every single thing that makes a quarterback scary over the history of the game, Aaron Rodgers possesses all of them.
There's another NFL connection in that movie, too, the female lead. Peter, who you got?
I love early 2000s cinema, and one of the DVDs that I have in my collection, like Stephon Diggs has in his, is a movie called Boiler Room.
Okay.
All right?
Oh, okay.
Affleck's in a movie for 5 minutes.
Yep.
He plays the head of the brokerage, and he's a guy named Jim Young, and he is one of these alpha Wall Street guys.
Yep.
All the young kids, the Cubs, sitting in front of him. Giovanni Ribisi is one of them. He's a young broker. He's starting off. And Affleck, Google the speech from Boiler Room. He gives a speech.
See this car? It's for a Ferrari.
Okay.
Costs $200,000. Throws it across the table.
That's it. He says, they say money can't make you happiness. Look at my smile, ear to ear. It's an unbelievable scene. And I'm thinking about him with these wide receivers. All these young kids.
Yeah.
And they, he calls their performance piss poor stuff. I'm going Boiler Room. I think he's Jim Young in Boiler Room. And he's looking at these guys and he's saying, I am not going to waste your time. Do not waste mine. Hello, Giovanni.
Giovanni?
Ribisi. Who is going to be Giovanni Ribisi in this wide receivers room? Is it going to be Kumaro? Is it going to be our guy Valdez Scantling? We don't know who it's going to be, but someone's going to be a young buck who brings JT Marlin or the Green Bay Packers to the next level.
Striggs wins
Hopefully
this
that was
round.
good.
You can try.
I want to know who Neil Long is going to be. I'm into that.
Neil Long is great in that.
All right, so there's so many options. I thought you were going to for sure say Mallrats. He's the guy in the mall who's kind of a jerk. But we had Aaron Rodgers on the show, and we were asking him stuff about best movie villain and stuff. He loves a deep dive. For best movie villain, he said a movie called Silent Rage, which is a 1982 Chuck Norris movie. He loves that. So I was going to go Body to Die For, which is Ben Affleck's after-school special he did when he was a kid, but it's about being on steroids and it's really unsavory. So instead, you want to talk about breaking in the young guys? I mean, it's dazed and confused with the paddle. Affleck's character O'Banion is out there paddling freshmen as this gorilla on the high school scene. You are an embarrassment to the game of pool, and you should be ashamed to even be at my table. That was him right there. And it, Affleck, a lot of roles, The Heart of Gold. I like the one where he's a jerk, because I think that movie won, and I think the Packers win this year, too. Linklater, shout out.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's slate will give us our first look at Alex Smith in a Redskins jersey. His squad taking on the Jets. The Pro Bowler not always shown, I feel like, a ton of respect around the league. So I'd like to hear the celebrity who doesn't get the respect that they deserve. What celebrity? Let's go to Hollywood here. West Coast, waking up here at 6 a.m., grabbing a kale smoothie, and they're out the door.
We talk about the greatest comedians of all time, and you hear about Richard Pryor and Carlin, and now you get Louis C.K. and Chappelle. There's a guy who I don't think gets a lot of respect. It's Rodney Dangerfield.
Okay, all right.
I don't think he gets a lot of respect.
Does he deserve it? I mean,
yes.
Was he under-respected?
Yes. Back to School. Okay, great film. Caddyshack, great film. And truly,
Thornton.
I'm being completely serious.
Go on.
Not put in the canon of great comedians. I hear about Bill Hicks all day long. Rodney Dangerfield deserves some respect. He gets none at all.
But, Natural Born Killers is amazing, and that's who's a bad guy. That's a great role. Nate,
No respect.
All right, so
Ladybugs.
This is one of
Ladybugs, Jack Hay.
the greatest, not just comedians, but actors of all time, in all serious, has given us projects that has really pulled at our heartstrings, made us laugh, made us cry. Just tremendous, tremendous talent, and I feel like we need to appreciate this man for what he has brought to the table. Pauly Shore.
You spelt it so wrong.
It's okay.
That's the disrespect.
You know what? Perfect,
Yes.
Nate. Like he's a bird.
Yeah.
Polly.
I'll fix it.
All right, go ahead and fix that.
Nah, it's actually totally appropriate.
Hey, just think about the movie.
Give me the rundown. I love them all.
We got
Son-in-law.
Biodome.
Biodome.
Son-in-law.
In the
Encino
army
Man.
now.
We got Biodome.
Encino.
We got
Biodome was
Biodome.
crazy.
All right,
Wheezing the juice.
shout out to Pauly Shore, though. The Weasel.
I'll tell you something about the Weasel. There was no such thing as MTV Spring Break until the Weasel got
about
there.
it.
Weasel
man.
worked, man.
The Weasel.
Yeah, that thing. For real. All right. This is one of the greatest. This guy takes a lot of crap. A lot. But he has been in our life for 30-plus years, and if you tell me you don't love one of his movies, you are a liar. And I have full respect for him. I'm going to go with Keanu Reeves. I think that's how it's spelled. Keanu Reeves. But you go way back to him doing Babes in Toyland with Drew Barrymore in the 80s, up till the recent run of John Wick movies, which are superior to the Matrix movies. Hot take. Keanu Reeves has changed all of our lives one way or another. For every Johnny Mnemonic, there's a whole bunch of Matrix and the John Wick and Bill and Ted. Parenthood. He plays Todd. He's incredible.
What about
That's
the
guy,
one with
Keanu.
the mailbox in the future and sending the mail back?
The lake house? I want to get a house by the lake. It's going to be the lake house. That's crazy.
Stop.
What?
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu's made incredible
Keanu's
movies.
great.
Oh, man.
Incredible.
John Wick.
30 years.
I bet he's got 10 movies. Speed?
Devil's
Changed
Advocate.
the game.
How did Speed change the game?
It changed the
huge.
summer blockbuster in the year 1994.
Sandra Bullock would be
forever.
nothing
Special.
without Speed.
Launched Sandra Bullock.
The Replacements?
Are you guys
She'd be
sharing
making
these hot
coffee if it
takes?
weren't for him right now.
Sandra
With respect to our
Bullock is
people who make
nothing
coffee.
without.
That's true.
Without Speed.
Keanu
I say without
Reeves.
Speed.
I did not say without
Launched it.
Keanu. I say without Speed.
By the way,
Sandra Bullock
I'll
is
say without Keanu. Jason Patrick showed up. It was nothing.
You're right.
Why are we yelling?
She's part of the Keanu tree, like Bill Walsh.
Don't pee on my lawn. We'll be back after this.